Hi everyone, and welcome to this Power Pilates class. During this class, we're going to focus on getting stronger, and we're also going to move through the exercises at quite a quick pace, faster than we usually would in Pilates. So you're going to get started on your mat in a 4-point kneeling position. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And then I want you to extend that right leg back, tuck the toes under, flex the foot. And we're just going to come into a nice calf stretch, just waking up the body for today's class. So you're going to just shift back, feeling a nice stretch in the calf, and then shift forward again. Let's go for another 2. Last one, feeling a nice stretch there. Shift forward again. Take that left arm up to the ceiling. And then we're going to thread it through underneath the right, coming into thread the needle in nice spine twist. And then inhale, lengthen that arm again. Exhale, thread it underneath. Let's do one more. Opening up the chest as we take the arm up and then threading it through, feeling a nice spine twist. Okay, come up from there. We're going to bring that right leg in and then send the left leg back. So we're coming into our calf stretch again. I want you to shift back, feeling a nice stretch up the back of the leg, and then shift forward. Let's do another 2. Stay with me. Last one. Take that right arm up to the ceiling. Thread it through underneath the left, feeling a nice spine twist. Inhale, lengthen, opening up the chest. Exhale, thread it through. Let's do another one. Inhale, open. Exhale, take it through. And then you're going to come back up, bring that knee back in, and then we're going to push back to a pike. So just pushing your chest through, and then pedaling out the heels. Waking up the shoulders and the legs. Just a gentle warm up for today's class before we get into everything. Okay, I want you to take your knees back down, and I want you to come down into a half plank. So we're going to get into our push-ups now. I want you to make sure that when you're in your half plank, you are slightly tucking your pelvis under. So you're drawing the ribs down towards the hips, engaging that core. And then just do a couple of little bends here, just lubricating the elbow joints, waking up the arms. And then you're going to inhale, lower the chest down to the mat. Exhale, press back up. I want you to make sure that you're keeping the elbows in towards the body. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Keep that deep core connection as you lift back up. Remember the slight tuck under of the pelvis. Belly button to spine. Okay, let's go for another 2. Last one. Press back up, and then we're going to lower down all the way onto our tummies. Take your hands underneath your forehead, rest your head there. We're going to come into some back extension. So you're going to inhale, lift the chest off the mat, looking down at your mat. Bring the hands with you for that extra weight, and then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, lower. So when you lift, you're not hyperextending the neck. You're still looking down towards the mat. Feeling those back extensors work. Let's go for another 4. Focus on that length and that strength of the back. Okay. Last 2. Don't clench the glutes. Keep the legs relaxed. Lift, hold here. And then we're just going to twist to the right. So we're twisting that upper body to the right-hand side. And then coming back to center, twisting towards the left. So inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Looking towards the right. Inhale. Exhale. Staying up in that extension. The back is working hard. You can feel it in your muscles. My voice is starting to shake because I'm working so hard. Keep that belly button to the spine. Last one here. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Take your arms by your side. Come up onto your forearms. Tuck the toes underneath. And then you're going to round the back, coming up into your plank. So find that strong forearm plank. Remember, tucking the pelvis under and bringing the ribs down towards the hips. You're going to exhale, press back, piking the hips up. Inhale, lower back into that plank. This is a strong movement. We're getting into the shoulders. Exhale, press back, pike those hips up. Inhale, shift forward, look down towards the mat. Okay, let's go for another 4. Stay with me. Last 3. Last 2. And then we do one more. Pressing back, shifting forward. Take the knees down to the mat. Press back to a well-deserved shell stretch. Taking a nice big deep breath. And then before you get too comfortable, let's roll up to seated. And we're going to get into the abs. I want you to come down onto your mat. So you're going to be in the middle of your mat. Knees are going to be bent. And you're going to just roll down gently onto the mat. Okay, bring the heels in towards the glutes. You're going to take your arms up overhead. Now, when you take your arms up overhead, I want you to make sure that you're not popping in the ribs. You're not flaring those ribs. You're keeping that core connection, the ribs sliding down towards the hips. I want you to maintain that as your arms come overhead. Okay, so you're hovering your arms off the mat. You can see your arms in your periphery. You're going to exhale, take it up and over, lifting up into your ab curl. Inhale, lower back down, no popping in the abs. Exhale, lift, sliding the ribs down towards the hips, gaze towards your thighs. Lifting up, keep that intra-abdominal pressure by bringing the belly button towards the spine. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2. On our last one now, we're going to hold up here in our ab curl, and we're just going to touch the right fingertips to the right heel, and then go towards the left. So we're just shifting from side to side, getting into the same side obliques. This looks like a very weird exercise, but it's really effective. Okay, let's do another 2. Last one. And then we're going to lower the head, take the arms overhead. No popping in the ribs. Bring the legs together, glue them together. Extend the right leg on a diagonal. Take that left leg out a bit further. We're coming into our teaser. You're going to inhale, take the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, arms come above head. Exhale, rolling back down to starting position. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, arms come to the ceiling. Exhale, roll all the way down. I want you to try and do the slow and controlled. The slower you go, the harder it will be. And you'll feel your legs shaking. Okay, last one on this leg. Put the right foot down, extend the left leg. Okay, inhale. Exhale, reach, lift, lower. Woo. Try and roll through that imprint, rolling up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, and back down. So we're really creating that flexion in the spine. Then rolling down. Last one. Inhale, lift, exhale, roll up. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale as you roll back down, vertebra by vertebra. Okay, take the hands behind your head. Lower that foot down. Bring your feet in towards the glutes. I want you to imprint that lumbar spine in towards the mat now. So you're coming into some lumbar flexion, imprinted spine. You're going to lift the right leg to tabletop, followed by the left. So keep that imprinted spine. You're going to inhale, lower, tap the right foot, exhale, lift it back up, coming into your ab curl. And then we swap sides. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. So you're really using that core to lift that leg back up, to lift the head and neck up. Think of the mind to muscle connection. Okay. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Hold it up here. We're going to extend the right leg long. Bend it back in. Inhale, extend the left. Exhale, bring it back in. So we're just alternating sides. I want you to scoop those abs in. Keep this work strong. Keep that back press flat to the mat. Staying up in your ab curl. We're working the upper abs and the lower abs. Let's go for another 4. Last 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to add the ab curl. So you're going to extend that right leg, curling and lifting and twisting towards the left. Inhale, back to center, pulling that leg back in. Exhale, alternate sides. Inhale, back to center. So we're coming into our crisscross. I want you to make sure when you twist, you're also lifting. So it's a lift and a twist. Really getting into those obliques, contralateral obliques. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. And I think we actually need to do one more to even it out. Okay. Lower the head down, hug the knees in towards the chest. Whew, that was hard work. If you're doing it right, you should have felt it. Okay. You're going to take the heels down towards the mat. And then we're going to come into our glute bridges. So you're going to exhale, lift the hips off the mat. Inhale, lower it back down. So you exhale, lift, slide the ribs down towards the hips. So you're keeping that slight tuck under of your pelvis. And then I want you to make sure you're not flaring in the ribs. So you're keeping that core connection as you lift up. Keep your hands on the mat for support. Keeping the hips square. Okay. Let's go for another 4. Squeezing the glutes, pressing through the heels. Last 2. Last one, hold it up here. Put the weight into your left leg. Extend the right leg. Now make sure that your hips are square and level. Use that tactile reference if you need it. Feel, making sure that they're level. They're not to the one side or, yeah. Okay. We're going to take the arms up as well. And then we're going to inhale, lower everything back down. Exhale, lift everything back up. Okay, remember, hips are square. Don't wobble in the hips. Keep that pelvic stability. Strong glutes. And lengthen that leg. Really create length. If your hamstrings are too tight and you need to bend it, you can do that. Okay, hold it up here. Take your hands towards your hips. We're going to circle that leg and bring it back up, pausing at the top. So keep your hands on the hips. They must be square. Don't rock in the hips. If your hip flexors are tight, bend the leg. Okay, keep the hips stable. No rocking. Take it in the other direction. Up and around. Inhale. Exhale to complete. Last 2. Keep the hips up. Last 1. Bend that leg, lower that foot down. And then we're going to go into the other side. So stay up in that glute bridge. Extend that left leg. Hips are square. Arms to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift it back up. Getting into those strong glutes. Stay with me. You're doing well. Pressing through that heel, extending that leg. Let's go for another 2. Last one. Okay, take the hands towards the hips. We're going to circle it down, up, and around. So keep that hip stability. Don't lose your good form. Make the circle smaller if you need to. Don't wobble too much. Keep the pelvis stable. Pressing through that right heel. Okay, let's go for another one. Lower that foot back down. Hold it up in that glute bridge. Hands to the ceiling, little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. Woo! I can feel it in my hamstrings. Okay, nearly there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Woo! Okay, rock it out side to side. Come onto your side and lift back up. We're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. We're not finished working the glutes just yet. I want you to come down onto your right forearm. Be on your left hand. You can box out your arm here. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to come into our fire hydrant. So you're going to exhale, lift that knee to the side. Inhale, lower. Perfect. Working the glute med, the glute min, and also the glute max. Keep that core engaged, that belly button to spine, and keep that slow and controlled movement. So you're not just swinging that leg up, you're actually using your muscles. Mind to muscle connection. Let's do one more. And on our next one, we're going to hold it up here. Little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. Stay with me. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Extend that leg. Bend it back in. Stay with me. You can feel it in the glutes, even in that supporting glute. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Sweep it back. You're going to lower that leg. Tap, lift. Okay, so your hip is open towards the side of the room. You're coming into some external rotation with that leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And then we're going to level up a bit. Last 2. Last 1. Lower that foot down to the mat. We're going to swivel now, coming up onto our right hand. Swivel that right knee. Make sure the foot is behind that knee. Make sure your body's in one straight long line here. So you're between 2 panes of glass. That leg is extended. Take the hand to the ceiling. And then we're going to lift and lower that top leg. So exhale to lift it. Inhale to lower. Stay with me. Strong work. Keep that core engagement. Make sure the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Take that arm overhead, and then we're going to bend it. Elbow to knee. Back out. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Inhale, back out. Think about that crunch in the obliques. Okay, let's go for another 3. Last one. Lower that foot down. And then we're going to bring that foot to the mat. Take that other foot to meet it. So you're in a staggered stance. We're in our side plank. Lower the hips. Lift. Lower the arm. Hand. Come back into a plank. Bend the knees, knee hover, take it back to a plank, swivel, stagger the feet coming into your side plank, lower the hips, lift, plank, knee hover, plank again, and then side plank. So this is a little flow. Stay with me. It's strong work, and you are going to feel it in your shoulders, in your obliques. Okay, lifting up, lower, lift, same side, obliques working. Bring it in, extend it out long, lift it up. Let's go for one more. It's getting hard. Come back to your side plank, hold it here, press the floor away, slight bend in the elbow, lift up that top leg if you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg back down, lower the knees down, lift up and over, stretching out that side waist. Strong work. Whew. Okay, release that. And then we come into the other side. So come down onto your mat in a 4-point kneeling position. Take your left forearm to the mat. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips. And then we're going to come into our fire hydrant. So you can exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Remember to keep that core connection. The core is working very hard to stabilize. The glutes are working very hard, both of them, even the supporting glute. Okay, let's go for another 4, 3, slow and controlled. Think of that mind to muscle connection. Last one, hold it up here, little pulses up with that leg. Little exhales as you pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, extend, bend. Stay with me, keeping that glute up in that isometric hold, working hard. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide it back. Okay, open that hip up to the side of the room. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift it back up. Keeping that core connection, no flaring in the ribs. Stay with me. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. And then we're going to swivel, coming up onto our left hand. Okay. Remember to keep the body between 2 panes of glass. That foot is behind that supporting knee. Extend the arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keeping that core engagement. Working the side glutes. Working the obliques. Neck in line with the rest of the spine. Strong work. This is not easy, even though it might look easy. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Arm comes overhead. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend it out. Stay with me. Keep that leg up. Don't drop it. Don't lose that height. The glutes are working hard. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it out. Take that foot down. And then we're going to lift up into our side plank. Find that nice strong side plank. Feet are staggered. Inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, press up. Take that hand to the mat. Bend those legs. Knee hover. Take it out. Side plank again. Lift. And back down. Go slow. Don't go too fast. We want you to keep that core connection. It's surprising that Pilates can be so hard. People get so shocked when they do my classes sometimes. They're like, Wow, I didn't realize it was that hard, but it is. It can be, especially if you're doing it right. Last one. Extend it out, side plank hold. Lift that top leg if you can. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down and the knees. Lift up and over. Taking a nice big deep breath. Woo! That was our last exercise. Just calming down the heart. Whew, I'm out of breath. Okay. I want you to lift up now into a pike. Just pedal out the heels. Taking a nice big deep breath. Bring that left leg, that left knee in between the hands, lowering that leg down and tucking the toes, and then lifting up into extension. I want you to lower down now. Just feeling a nice glute stretch. Rest your head down onto the mat. Taking a nice big deep breath. And then I want you to shift onto your glutes. Coming up, extending that right leg. And then you're going to lift up and over, coming into some nice lateral flexion of the spine. Release that. Bend that right leg in, extend the left leg. Reaching up and over. Opening up the sideways from all that side planking work that we did. And then you're going to release, shift to the other side, coming into your pigeon. So make sure the hips are level, and then lower down. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Just taking deep breaths, calming the nervous system down after class. Feeling a nice stretch in the glute. Lift back up onto your hands. Tuck the toes under and then press back to a pike. Pedal out the heels. Lower the knees down. Come into a shell stretch. Resting the forehead on the mat. Take one more big inhale, expanding the ribs. And exhale. You're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra to seated. And that's it for today's class, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this Power Pilates class. If you have, please give me a like, comment down below. Let me know how you did, if you'd like to see more classes like this as well. And don't forget to subscribe down below, as it really supports my channel and I really appreciate it. I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.